Salt Machine Podcast. A lot to talk about today, and we have no
Not
set
really.
structure. Yeah, not really. And we have no set structure. Well, we have a lot of things planned to talk about, kind of.
Kind of.
First thing,
We're winging this shit.
yeah,
100%. Let's
we
go.
had no time to look up anything, so we're just gonna kind of talk about a couple things that I pulled out at the last fucking second. First thing we're gonna talk about: McGregor versus Khabib. The end of that fight was fucking insane. First off,
Oh, I'm
thoughts on the
Justin,
fight.
by the way.
Yeah, you're Justin. No one gives a shit. Officer dude.
That's still the same.
Yeah, that hasn't changed.
Alright, Khabib.
Well,
Conor.
first let's talk about the fight. So, Khabib kicked Conor's ass.
I don't want to talk about the fight.
No, we're going to talk about the fight. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Khabib kicked Conor's ass.
I
He
didn't
did what
see
he
it.
had to do, took him to the ground, wore him out, beat the shit out of him, finally found a fucking neck crank, ended the fight. Well, what is really interesting is what happened after the fight. So obviously there's a lot of heat between the two. Khabib stands up, talks shit to Conor. Well, he'd been talking shit a little bit before that. Talked shit to Conor, yelled at him, looked at Conor's corner, yelled at his corner, I can't remember if he flipped him off or not, but he threw his mouthpiece. Conor's training partner, was egging him on. The reports are different. Some people say he said something. Conor's trainer said he didn't say anything, but that he was motioning Khabib on to bring it on, bitch. And Khabib dives over the fucking cage to fight Conor's fucking corner.
Basically, yeah.
As that's going on, and as security's trying to separate Khabib from Conor's corner, 3 people jump into the ring from Khabib's team and punch Conor.
No gloves.
No
Just
gloves.
Straight fist.
And one of them hit him in the back of the head. Conor
Yeah.
had no idea what was about to happen. He got hit right in the back of the fucking head.
Yeah, full on sucker punch.
Yeah. So, finally people get in the ring, separate that. I have never seen that happen at the end of a fucking UFC fight. Outside of, I think it happened with Nick and Nate Diaz, where they fucking had a little bit of a brawl in the fucking ring. But what's really crazy about that, what happened last Saturday, is fucking Khabib jumped out and shit was happening outside of the fucking octagon too. And it really could have escalated to that whole fucking arena brawling.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah.
It could have had that fucking Tyson versus Holyfield kind of just fucking arena brawl going on, but luckily it didn't.
Tyson actually had a comment about that. He actually said something along the lines of, "That's the craziest shit since my fight."
It was, man.
He,
I couldn't believe it. Did you watch that live?
yeah, I did.
What were your
Yep.
fucking thoughts?
Confusion, honestly. I didn't know what the fuck was happening for a second.
Dude,
I had to go back.
I was shocked.
Because the shit ended and I was crying salty tears of sadness. And, yeah, I just, wasn't really paying attention. And then I look back and I'm just like, holy fuck, there's just a mob of people.
Dude.
So, but yeah, I was really surprised. I was shocked, honestly.
I was fucking amazed because Khabib to me wasn't the kind of person that would do that. Khabib's very soft spoken, very humble, and for him to just lose his fucking mind and jump out of the fucking octagon like that. Not only that also started that chain reaction of his team jumping into the octagon and punching Conor. Now the 3 people that jumped into the octagon to attack Conor, they're done.
Yeah, they're going to be
fucking
barred
done.
from UFC. They're more than likely going to lose their visas also.
Yeah, they're done.
So I mean, they
He
won't even be able to come back.
legit
in the
got
US.
3 of his friends kicked out of the UFC and kicked out of the country just by jumping over the fucking cage.
Yeah,
What else he did is
it is his. He did start that.
He did, and he's in his press conference he blamed Conor for all the trash talk and everything. But
That's
as I was saying before the fucking podcast started, you know what, dude? You kicked his ass. You kicked Conor's ass. There was no question who won that fight.
yeah.
Leave it at that. Get up, talk shit to him. Don't shake his fucking hand. Say, get out of my fucking, octagon. You can yell at his corner, flip him off, throw your mouthpiece, scream at him. You could have just left it at that. You won.
Yeah.
To lose your mind like that and to jump... Because now, who knows what's going to happen with Khabib? I have no fucking clue.
From what I've heard, they're holding his title for right now. They're going to hold his title.
Well, no, they held his purse. They held his purse. Like, he ended up having his title at the press conference after the fight.
I didn't think that was official. I thought they were going to hold it until they decided.
They held his purse. He's still technically light heavyweight champion. The question is, how long? Keep it? Yeah, how long is he going to be light heavyweight champion?
Yeah,
not light heavyweight. When I say light heavyweight, I meant lightweight. Fucking excuse me.
I know what you meant.
Lightweight
from what I understand, depending on the length of the suspension that he gets, is going to determine whether or not he holds the title.
And I can see Nevada like really punishing him for this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because there were repercussions outside of the arena.
Yeah, the three people who attacked Conor got arrested. Conor didn't press charges.
Well, yeah, but between the Irish and Russians that were there in Vegas, outside the arena, like in Vegas, there were a couple fights that popped off in bars and shit, just all over the place. So,
yeah,
I was pretty surprised by that, reading those articles.
I wasn't, most likely they'd have been drinking, and the way that fight ended.
Yeah. One thing when you're there with them, like in the arena, like, and you see the shit happening and everybody's losing their fucking minds. This is another thing, like, just watching it on TV, But I get it, and I understand to an extent. It's just,
I mean,
again, this isn't something we see often. Like the UFC is it's got this reputation as it's
supposed to be the
sport,
big, it's the big leagues, it's the respected MMA.
Yeah.
And for that to happen, it was like a what the fuck kind of moment.
Yeah, and I'm not saying like Conor McGregor's the same. Like the dude's fucking.
Yeah, he's mouthy, but it didn't. It didn't require that.
Promotes fights. That's how he promotes fights, and you have to Khabib needs to understand that at least a little bit. Like the reason his fucking purse is so big is because Conor won't shut the fuck up.
But at the same time, I totally get Khabib's train of thought. Like fuck this guy, because Conor, went after his dad. He did Conor things.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
You should have known that going in. And I totally get him being pissed off and fucking hating Conor. Fuck, I'd hate Conor after that shit.
Yeah.
But you can't. But I mean, you can't escalate it to the point where you're jumping out of a fucking cage to attack the dude's corner.
I'm just saying you can't date a hoe and not expect her to do hoe things.
Yeah.
You can't fight a Conor and not expect Conor to do Conor things. Like it's gonna happen.
Yep.
So just fucking accepting that match, like you should have mentally prepared yourself a little bit better. You know? I don't know. Maybe I'm playing. I'm trying to play both sides here, but it's hard for me.
Yeah, I know it's hard, and I'm playing both. I'm trying to play both sides as well. Like I get it. I get him being pissed off, and I get him hating that whole team. I mean, but you can't do that. Like it's fucking dangerous. Like I said, it's very lucky that whole arena just didn't start fucking fighting then and there.
Yeah.
I mean, it was already going to be like tense no matter what happened, like no matter who won. But the second that shit happened, I'm amazed that arena didn't explode.
Yeah.
And I think Dana White did the right thing by not putting the belt on Khabib in the middle of that arena at that point.
Yeah.
Because I
think 100%.
I think that shit would have fucking exploded.
Yeah.
And really, the crowd didn't go after Khabib when he was leaving until he got to the tunnel, which again is kind of lucky because I think if that shit would have started a little sooner, it might have been tough to get him out. But I think you saw it. Like they threw a fucking Irish flag on him and dumped beer on him and all kinds of other shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I caught that.
But again, this really sucks because that was a really good card. It was a great night. Derek Lewis Best
Oh,
fucking
Derek Lewis.
Derek Lewis is the fucking greatest.
So
He should
I
just
wasn't
have
really
a goat.
aware of him. Like I know he's a fighter, but like I haven't like I don't follow him, you know.
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna now. And one, he fucking kicked ass. Like he's fucking great. But his post match interview.
Post-fight interview was the best.
God damn it, man. The memes that shit has generated.
My balls were hot.
Made my life. My nuts was hot. Yeah, it was my balls or whatever.
My
My
balls
balls
were
was
hot.
hot. I saw a fucking picture of him the other day. I was in a real bad mood. Work was real shit. Like I had a real shit week with the hurricane and everything, and fucking like work was just real bad this week. And I fucking got on Facebook. I was taking a break and took a few seconds. I scrolled through, and there's a picture of him. His fucking pants are on fire. It says my balls is hot, and I thought that fucking made my day 10 times better.
Man, I like Derek Lewis. I've watched a couple of his fights. The fight before this, I think we talked about it on the last podcast, was fucking terrible. He made up for that shit tenfold, just with the fucking interview. Just with the interview, and even his interview last time, he was getting booed, and it was a dreadful fucking fight. But he was like legit. The dude's also kind of humble, man. He like even in the last fight where he's like, I need to sit my ass down and work on some fucking cardio. I don't know what you're talking about, title fights and all this other shit.
Yeah.
The fight before,
He said, I gotta do some fucking cardio.
sit my black ass down and get some cardio in.
Oh, it's fucking funny.
But the fight before, like I said, it was terrible, and he knew it was terrible, and he's like, I don't think after that fight, that's when he got moved up to 2. He's like, I don't think I deserve to be ranked 2. That shit was a terrible performance by me. And I think he made up for it because he was getting his ass beat for 3 rounds. I don't know what punch it was that just kind of fucked up his eye. Like I don't think he could see out of one of his eyes for the majority of that fight because he was always just grabbing at that right eye.
Yeah,
he was just constantly grabbing at it. But he's the kind of dude that just takes one good hit and it's done.
Yeah, he fucking landed it. And he landed about 2 or 3 more and just fucking...
I don't think he needed to land those last 2.
He didn't even fucking have to. That one would have done it.
Yeah,
he's like, just to make sure, you know.
Yeah.
Fucking...
Talk about fucking clutch finishes, man. 30 seconds left in that fight, and he finds it, and it's just fucking done.
Yeah, no, it's good shit.
And then the fight before the main event, Ferguson and Pettis. Not a great night for the Pettis boys. Both brothers got their ass beat.
Yeah.
But at least Anthony Pettis in the Tony Ferguson fight was epic as shit. That one would... It's between that and Derek Lewis for a fight of the night.
Yeah, definitely.
But you have Anthony Pettis opened up on both sides of his head, just pouring blood. You got Tony Ferguson coming back from, like, catastrophic fucking knee surgery. He's got, like, a 12-inch gash on his knee, dude. That's 6 months ago that happened. And,
I missed that.
As soon as the fight started, the first place Pettis went, hit him twice in the knee. Fucking hard as shit. But that fight was fucking great. The whole card was really good. And it sucks that the only thing anyone's going to really remember outside of the Derek Lewis interview is Khabib jumping out of the cage, man.
Yeah.
And we'll see where that goes. It's probably not going to go anywhere good for Khabib. And he really did snatch defeat out of the jaws of victory with that. Just unfortunate.
Yeah, I agree with you.
That's something that should have been the crowning achievement of his career.
Instead, he's the one man on earth that made fucking Conor look like a good guy.
Yeah, no shit, because there was no sympathy for Conor before that shit happened.
No.
Well, we'll fucking keep an eye on that. That shit's not over.
I can't wait. Like I love watching the fights and fucking keeping up with all the drama. So
October 24th, that's the hearing. So we'll see.
Yeah.
So next thing we're going to talk about is right to repair.
Yes.
So
Right
I
to
found an
repair.
article. This article's a year old, but we didn't have a fucking podcast a year ago, so we're going to talk about it now.
Yeah. Fucking doing it.
Okay, do you want to read this?
2018. I don't know. Nah, you can fucking do it.
I don't want to read. Fuck you.
Oh. What am I reading?
We are reading, no, you shouldn't be allowed to fix your own phone. Right to repair is a dumb idea.
Yeah, hold on, it's opening. I'm not reading this.
Fuck you, okay.
Okay, so basically,
No, I'll read it, hold on.
alright, go ahead.
So I'm going to skip
I was
this
just gonna
first.
sum the shit up.
But, okay. So let me look here.
We're 100% winging this, boys.
Yeah,
Fucking.
do-it-yourself disasters. Now, first off, I don't know if anyone's ever repaired their own phone or a computer. It's not that difficult. It's a lot scarier than it really... Like, it sounds a lot scarier than it really fucking is.
Yeah,
It
definitely.
generally is pretty straightforward. And if you have situations like this person's asking for where right to repair is bullshit, you shouldn't be allowed to... How fucking asinine is that to even fucking claim? You shouldn't be allowed to repair the thing that you bought with your money. No, you're not smart enough. These aren't magical fucking things. Like, they didn't pull them out of somebody's ass with a mix of fucking pixie dust and unicorn tears. It's just a fucking computer. Your phone's just a little fucking computer. You know?
Little chips. Tiny
It's
chips.
nothing fucking massive. And for someone to say that you're not smart enough to do that, fuck you. That's bullshit. That's just the way I'm looking at it. Right to repair is important. You should be allowed to repair your own products. Something that you fucking bought with your money. You can debate if that fucking voids a warranty all you want, but you should be allowed to have the information to do that. In fact, hold on one second. Over here, I have a Commodore 64. That came out in 1982. That is a bigger bitch to repair than my computer that I have over here. Alright? In the fucking manual, it has the schematic for the motherboard and everything. It's got it all laid out. It came with the fucking manual. So if you needed to do a repair, you had everything to do it. So why in 1982 could we do that? And now all of a sudden companies like fucking Apple are like, no, you need to take it to a certified Apple specialist, alright? You need to take it to an Apple store, to a Genius Bar, where someone who dropped out of college can look at it and tell you that you need to buy a whole new one. How does that make any sense? Where's the fucking logic there?
There isn't any. In my opinion, honestly.
And the
I
Genius
think-
Bar is a
I think you
fucking
have-
joke.
I think if you have the fucking skill set to do it, even if you don't have the skill set to do it, and you have YouTube, like, here's the fucking thing, man. Like, I don't like to spend money. I've fixed washers. I've fixed cars. I work granted, I do work on aircraft, so I've got a little bit of a mechanical background. But I mean, I can fucking repair anything you throw at me if I got a good YouTube video.
Yeah. It helps. It helps.
The right
Man.
tools and a good YouTube video, I'm fucking set.
Like,
Give me a schematic, I'm good.
yeah, like, hold on. Digging out one of my Commodores. Like I said, I have 3 of the fucking things. This board, let me switch to the webcam. Maybe. Should have that hotkeyed. I don't know why I don't have that hotkeyed. This board, I got that fucking guard screwed on. But the CPU on this board was dead. Do you know how easy that was to repair? This one was actually socketed. Otherwise, I'd have to fucking desolder it. Just took it out of the socket, put a new bitch in. This board works. It just doesn't have a SID chip right now. That's the sound chip, for anyone who doesn't know. But fuck, things are easier to repair now. Most of the chips, like all the RAM chips on a Commodore 64, are fucking soldered in. So you'd have to desolder, you'd have to fucking replace like almost all the RAM to try to fucking figure out which one's fucking broken. That's a bitch. RAM today is so easy to fix. You got at most 4 DIMM slots on like a normal desktop. Just take one out. You know, just fucking troubleshoot that way. Take one out.
It's just a little lever too. You don't have to fucking do anything
dude,
complicated.
easy as shit. Like all you have to do is take all but one out, keep one in. If it boots, okay, that was good. Try the next one. That one didn't boot. Okay, that one might be bad. Or maybe the fucking slot's bad. So you have to move everything over a little bit. It's not going to be optimal to do that. It might be better in the long run if you invest in a new motherboard, but you don't have to. It's not required. You can work it that way. It's just not going to be as efficient as it would the standard setup. But I mean, it's just this ass backwards thinking.
I think it's
and the fact,
personally.
Yeah, I think it's just ass backwards thinking that this guy would write this fucking article. Lance, whatever the fuck your last name is, you're an idiot. Yeah. And I like the little caption on this fucking picture. Congrats, you got it apart. Now what? What do you mean now what? If you got this far, these, like I said, these things aren't magical fucking objects. They're not holy objects that you cannot possibly comprehend. No, they're simple. They're not. Most of them are
very easy.
Yeah, I mean, Apple repairs are usually. Sorry, go ahead.
No, okay, yeah, Apple, good example. Fucking, if I took my wife's laptop. All right, quick fucking off. Just okay, side story, whatever. Wife's laptop, right? She's got an HP. So it's not an Apple. But if it was an Apple, the keyboard shit out on it, right? I would have had to take that to the Genius Bar. They would have charged me $1,200 for the fucking keyboard, and then told me, oh well, it's almost as much as a new computer. Just buy a new computer. Fuck it. And that's exactly what they would have fucking said, because fuck them and their assholes. But actually, I think there's a video. We put a link in or something later.
Oh yeah, I'll link in a video later.
Anyway, I took her keyboard out. Like I popped her keyboard out. Used a little fucking knife on the kitchen drawer. Popped her keyboard out. Fucking saw the ribbon was bad. We ordered a new one on Amazon. $20. I put it in, and it works. It's fucking amazing.
Well, you know what you did? That is no longer a MacBook. That is a PC.
Well, yeah, I know. It's an HP, so it was only $20 to fix. But
oh, it was an HP. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about a MacBook. One of
no.
my
I'm saying
favorite
if it
Apple
was a MacBook, it would have cost me $6,000.
Yeah.
Like, so.
Actually, the keyboard on a MacBook is a bitch to replace. Everything on a fucking Mac is a bitch to replace, dude. They solder fucking everything on. Everything's got to be fucking a pain in the ass to take apart. Like they invented new fucking screws. They've invented new fucking screws for the goddamn iPhone.
Yeah.
So you have to have a special screw. I have the fucking screws. I have an iFixit kit. Best fucking thing I've ever bought. The original Macintosh. This isn't a new thing for Apple. They do this. This is just something that they fucking do.
It's an intentional thing.
Yeah, the original Macintosh it had weird fucking screws, so no one could get into it. The only people who could get into the original Macintosh were people who worked at Apple.
Yep.
Sound familiar? It should. And not only that, but can we just talk about how big of an asshole Steve Jobs is, just for a second? We're not going to go into it hardcore.
Please.
But anyone
one of the few things in life that fucking make me happy.
Anyone who says, and I've seen this all the time, anytime Apple fucks up, oh, if Steve Jobs could see this, he'd be turning in his grave. No. This is Apple is Steve Jobs. This is his dream. This is his fucking vision. This is what he wanted. He designed the Macintosh, the original Macintosh, to have weird screws. He didn't want anyone to open his shit up, any of his products up, and tinker with it. It drove him nuts that people did that to the Apple II. He wanted only 2 slots in the Apple II. Steve Wozniak wanted 8. Steve Wozniak won that fight, and there are 8, and he vowed, he was like, absolutely never are we going to include that many slots for anyone that fucking customize or hack our products. And even the way he talks about his products, if you look back in the past, man, he talks about them like they're works of art. How fucking up your own ass do you have to be to talk about everything? Like, all your products is art. And he's an artist. Like, that is just fucking hysterical to me. And I think we lost Justin. That's okay, we didn't need him. Oh, there he is. Hey, buddy.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, yeah, I agree, though. I feel you fucking 100%. And it's, sorry, a little mic thing there. But, no, it's fucking stupid. Like, I don't know. I feel that anything that I purchase, like, I should have the ability to fucking, to fuck with. Like, yes, if I do fuck with it, maybe I void the warranty. Like, I get that, because
Yeah.
I'm a mechanic. I understand 100% when somebody brings me something, they're like, hey, you want to come look at this? Maybe you take a shot at it? And I get out there and I'm like, what the fuck did you do?
Yeah.
You know? And it's
I get
like,
that.
it would have been, you fucking tried to solve the original problem and create 3 new ones. You know, I get that. And people do that with their own shit sometimes. And so I understand voiding the warranty or having those stickers, like the ones you peel back, like when you open something and, okay, now your warranty's void because there's no way to fucking put it back on perfect, you know?
Yeah.
It totally makes sense to me from a mechanic point of view. But the fact that to say no, you can't do it, absolutely not. I feel like you have 100% that right.
Yeah.
As a fucking American capitalist, do it. Fucking take your shit apart. Try to attempt to fix it. If you fuck it up, it's your fault.
Yeah.
But
totally.
That's a risk you're fucking taking.
Right. And I think that's my main point. Is you should have it's a question of who owns the thing that you bought. Who owns that? It should be you, because you exchanged money for it. Now you have it, and whatever you do with it at this point, that's on you. If you bought a warranty and you do something that voids the warranty, yeah, the company has no fucking, they can wash their hands of that shit. But if I buy a fucking PC and I want to take that motherfucker apart and add shit or do something crazy with it, I have the right to do that. As long as I don't then resell that, as as long as I don't resell an Apple product that I took apart and added shit to as a MacBook, whatever model number, what's the fucking big deal? And one of Apple's...
Well, that's understandable too. It's like a licensing issue,
Yeah.
You can't modify software and fucking resell it as your own. That's
and one of Apple's arguments is refurbishing is like a big fucking subject right now. Apple's actually sued people because they've used refurbished parts from China to fix iPhones and iMacs and MacBooks. And they would have an argument if they were providing those parts to anybody. But they're not. You have to be Apple certified, and most of the time those Apple certified repair shops don't even fucking repair anything. They send it to fucking Apple, and Apple sends like a whole new fucking device. Because Apple has full control on repair. They can decide if it's worth repairing, if they're even going to fuck with it, you know what I mean. Yeah. Or if, no, fuck you, buy a whole new one. They have total control over that, and that's fucking scary. And when you give
it's their right as a company too. At the same time, though,
yeah, it's their right. But then to crack down
on purchased it.
Yeah, but then to crack down
once you purchased it and it's left their hands at that point, I don't think they can tell you you can't touch it.
Yeah, no, you can take it apart. You can do whatever the fuck you want. If they don't want to provide parts, and I want to get it fixed, I can fucking go buy some shit from China to fix it. That's why I'm looking at it. They're not marketing the parts as fucking Apple parts. It's fucking refurbished Apple parts. Just because it has the fucking... Like, screens are a big one.
Yeah. Screens are huge.
Screens break. So, and most of the time when a screen breaks, it's just the glass. It's not the actual screen. The screen's fine. Like, touch is fine. It's just the glass is broken. So, if you send that to China to get a new glass over it, is that still an Apple part? I'm asking you. I don't. What's your thoughts?
I don't. Honestly, I don't know.
To me, if you put new glass on it, so what would you say the glass is maybe like a fourth of the screen? Like, function-wise?
Well, yeah.
function wise.
Oh yeah. Function wise, it's basically nothing.
Yeah, in fact, function wise, you could argue that it's worthless almost. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you replace it, it's still an Apple.
It's an Apple. It's refurbished though, so it's something that Apple isn't actually selling that part. You know.
Yeah, it'd be refurbished, but I mean, it's an Apple.
It's Apple's not selling that part to repair shops, so I think that gives people the right to refurbish that part and put it on phones.
Yeah,
that's just my thoughts on it. But one of the things Apple does is if you open up a Mac and you replace a broken part with a refurbished part, that Mac is no longer a Mac. It's a PC. That's an argument they've used. I'm not even joking. That's something that they've lobbied for. If you fucking replace a broken Mac part with a refurbished one, you've just turned that Mac into a PC.
Is that bad? Is that a bad thing?
Oh, it's wrong. It's not correct. It's still a fucking Mac. You've turned the bitch on and the fucking Apple logo shows up.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a fucking.
That, I don't have the fucking patience to even.
Again.
Like, have you ever had somebody like walk up to you, and like they're so white trash, you're like, and like they haven't even got to you yet, but like they're gonna try to talk to you, but they're so white trash, you're just like, I don't have the energy for this. That's how I feel about Apple. That's.
Well, they're not white trash. They're have you ever seen like a fucking super hipster? Like people call me hipster because I wear the fucking beanie. But like the guys that have the glasses on, the fucking man buns and shit.
Yeah.
Apple's that to me. That fucking guy who's like. You gotta walk like on fucking eggshells around because anything you say might be taken in a fucking very weird direction that you never intended it to be.
Yeah. Yeah, he smokes like hand-rolled cigarettes and shit. Yeah. Yep. I feel you.
Because it's it's fresher, it's better. Everything's got to be. Yeah, that to me that's Apple. Another thing, so if you can figure out what kind of college you're at just by looking at laptops. So if you see a bunch of like Acer and HP, probably at a community college. But if you see a bunch of MacBooks, you're probably at a university.
Sorry.
But I don't know. I think that's enough for this. I mean, Lance, you're an idiot. Right to repair is important. You should be able to fix shit you bought.
You should be able to modify stuff too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Make
like,
shit better.
If I want a fucking Super Nintendo with an HDMI out.
Yeah, you should be able to do that.
Fucking splice that shit in.
Oh no, fuck that, man. I've been making retro pies.
Yeah, I have one for my kids. I actually built them.
Dude, they're the best. They're so awesome. I've been selling them, but I didn't say that out loud.
I built my kids one, and they have Minecraft on a couple other PC games, like some learning software that I'm running on Linux, and they're learning to use it. And,
yeah, I think
nice
mine is.
Setup. Fucking,
so mine's
this
just
is not
like,
paid for by RetroPie, but fucking buy.
Well, it's like Raspberry Pi. RetroPie is
is that what it is? Yeah, that's right. Raspberry Pi. I'm sorry. They're fucking great. Buy like 6.
I have like 8. I sell the RetroPies, man. I was like, hey, you guys like old video games?
Fucking mail me one, dude.
Are you sure? Yeah, dude. No, dude. I don't need to mail you. They're so easy to make, man. You know.
I know. Yeah. I just
the ROMs are a bitch to find, but. Well, now at least they're a bitch to find because of Nintendo, but that I totally get why they got cracked down on.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not condoning running ROMs or saying that I do, but most of that shit I have on my cell phone already, man. So I really don't need one. It would be cool though. Like just to have. I don't know. I just want one.
Yeah, I don't condone or
use them. Yeah.
I'd use the shit out of them. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, okay.
Another thing I'm gonna do, just because like a fuck you to Apple. So my aunt, I think I've told you this before. She has a iMac, right?
One of those pieces of shit.
So what I'm gonna do?
Yeah.
I found a code line to rip off Mac OS.
Mm.
So I'm going to type that in the terminal, and then install an ISO file onto a USB. And anyone who wants a free version of macOS, just talk to me.
Noted. I don't think I'll ever do that.
No,
but-
no one would ever want that, but I have it.
No.
So
I'd rather run Linux for.
yeah, dude, actually Linux is pretty cool. I have
yeah.
I have it running on a virtual machine. If I had to do my workstation computer again, I'd probably just use Linux.
Oh,
The terminal is
No,
actually after you figure out the terminal, dude, like it's way easier working in the terminal than fucking
registry and shit.
yeah, like way easier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I used to have this one dual booted, so I could log into either system, Windows or Linux. But I just fucking pulled it off because I wasn't using it enough.
yeah.
Well, I don't have a purpose for it. Like if I had a purpose for it, I could think of 1,000 reasons to use it. But all I do is really game and shit anymore. Like I don't
Yeah.
have any. I don't have time for. I have
And,
too many kids.
and Linux
Bro.
gaming isn't great. It's a lot better
It's
than it
not.
used to be, but it's not.
Oh, fucking leagues and bounds better.
It's still not Windows gaming, so.
No, it's too easy on Windows. So
But yeah, I think we're done with this topic. So let's move on to another thing that you don't know about.
surprise.
So,
Let's do it. What do we got?
You got that video ready, eh?
No, I'm doing other stuff. I'm fucking. What's going on?
So the student
Students
takeover.
take over Evergreen State College.
Load that bitch up.
Tell me when.
All right, and go.
These racist teachers have got to go, hey, hey! Ho, ho! These racist teachers have got to go, hey, hey! Teachers have got to go, hey, hey! Ho, ho! These racist teachers have got to go, hey, hey! Ho, ho! These racist teachers have got to go!
Can we pause it real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Pause. Did you see that lady's face?
I think I do recall this.
Her fucking face is just like that face of like, what the fuck am I doing here? What has gone on in my life to lead me to this space?
Did this shit happen up in
Oregon.
This shit happened up in Washington, Oregon. Okay.
Was it what? It might have
Yeah.
been Washington.
It's up in
one
like
of those
the
fucking states. Who gives a shit?
One of
They're
those
the same
hipster
fucking
states.
state. Fuck you.
whole West Coast is fucking garbage. Sorry, no offense if you live there. It is though. I've been. Not my favorite,
But
but
so where do we even begin with this? So Evergreen State College.
I've been to like 30 countries, and the West Coast is like, if I had to rank it individually as a section, like it's like 31st. Oh, I'm sorry. Were we? Anyway, rather get shot at in Africa or Middle East. Both are viable options for that. But
so
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I got
so
distracted.
Evergreen State College
Yeah.
is a liberal arts college that apparently is full of racist teachers, according to these students, who I totally believe.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense. They're chanting it. Why
Yes,
wouldn't it be true?
why would they lie about that? You know,
Yeah.
they're screaming it very loudly. It must be true. You
I-
can always tell how true something is by
Loud somebody saying it.
you know
What just happened?
that's a good fucking measuring stick for that.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
What was that?
Don't worry about it, friend. I slammed
we
my mic on my desk.
All right, we still going.
Yes,
Let's
we're
go.
fine. Fucking shit.
Ready?
Oh, I tried.
One.
I'm sorry. I tried to do a bit, and then you fucking got all fucking anxious about it, like a goddamn ADHD child. I won't
Well,
do
I
a bit
just-
anymore.
I worry about you.
I worry about me too. Anyway,
Okay,
so Evergreen
let's go.
State College.
Yep.
Quick recap here. So they have a day of absence every year where the students of color would leave the campus, talk about diversity, and it was mostly a way for them to show the rest of the school how important they were, or what it'd be like if they weren't there, which is cool. You know, that's fine. The year that this happened, they had decided to change it to where white students should leave the campus, and it wasn't mandatory; it was optional. But let's be honest, if you decided to stay, just based on this reaction, I don't think it'd be a great thing to stay. I think they'd fucking just assume you were a racist piece of shit. Not that you wanted to go to school, you know, you paid money to go to fucking college and you wanted to fucking be there. No, you're a racist piece of shit. You were supposed to be gone today. So one of the professors decided that it's kind of weird to ask a section of the college based on race to not show up. And he made an email and he sent it out. Well, he's obviously racist. So they burst into his fucking... Well, not burst, but they went to his classroom, confronted him, yelled at him. And that started this whole fucking protest that we are going to continue to watch now.
Alright.
And if anytime you want me to pause it so you can comment on something, just scream loudly.
Got it.
Black power! Black power! Black power! Black power!
Or do it.
Put your hand down. That's my problem, George. You keep doing these.
What about our protection right now? Fuck you and fuck the police! I would suggest that you take under heavily consideration those that oppose the training and let me remind y'all, that's how whiteness works. Whiteness is the most violent fucking system to ever breathe.
Can we pause again? What the fuck is whiteness?
Honestly, man, I really don't like the... This makes me sad.
No, I'm serious. What the fuck is whiteness?
Apparently it's the level of white.
Apparently it's very evil, though.
Apparently. How far in are you? Because mine lagged. And then
52
fucking restarted.
seconds.
52? Okay, cool. That's about where I'm at. Good.
So, apparently
Tell me
whiteness
what.
is evil. It's the most disgusting thing that ever existed. It's super violent.
And fuck the police.
Yes, fuck the police. I think that was, by the way, was there something wrong with the guy who said that?
I
I feel
don't
like
know.
that person was in like a wheelchair or some shit.
Probably.
I'm not trying to be mean.
Probably
it's just-
because of the police.
Probably because of the police, right? But that's such a weird thing because you know most of these kids are fucking coddled as shit.
Yeah.
You're in
Yeah,
college.
more. I feel like we probably had a rougher upbringing than most of these
Yeah,
these
so
children.
these yelling toddlers are very pissed off though. So
Yeah.
let's see what they do next.
I want to cry. I can't tell you how fast my heart is beating right now. I'm shaking in my boots.
I got to go! Hey, hey! Oh, no! These racist teachers have got to go! Hey, hey! Oh,
While somebody's talking, you are not listening. In your head, if you're thinking of a response while somebody is talking, that is not listening. You need to listen. And to be honest with you, I don't even expect you to even say anything to me because I know actions speak louder than words. My mama didn't raise no fool.
Stop giggling and laughing every time we say something. Control it. Try.
Well, I heard her say that 11 o'clock this morning, she shouldn't have to be here at 5:30 still telling you to stop
It's
laughing.
not an accident that all of our administration is white.
Right.
It's not an accident. That shit is systematic as fuck. So while we sit down here,
I said, I'm tired of white people talking about what black and brown people need. You don't know.
I'm just trying to respond.
I'm
to
letting you
Christina's
know.
words.
So we're looking for you. Like, come on. You're not. No. You're not oppressed. Okay, sis.
I was there the other night and I read that email and everything that was pretty much described in that email was 100% wrong. And it was, you better just say that you sorry and yeah, you lied.
Because it was some straight up bullshit.
Asking you one more time. I'm giving you a chance. Was the information in that email factual? Yes or no?
Is this enough?
No.
Or are we done?
Yes or no? Thank you. No,
I'm
it
good
was
with
not.
being done.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man?
I don't know.
Like,
I
what
fucking...
the fuck? I hate so much. And again, man, like, have you noticed, like, 90% of the time, the people who fucking do this shit are in college? And
Yeah.
they've probably been coddled their whole life. And
Yep.
more, like, a lot of them are actually white. Talking about this.
Yeah.
Like, it's
and,
like,
not...
It's not
It's
like,
hard for me to talk about because, like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to say the wrong thing.
I don't either, and
But-
I don't
and I-
know. I don't know what it's like to be black in America. I don't. I have no fucking.
I don't either.
I
Like,
have, no,
I mean,
I have
I gotta-
absolutely no idea. It
I
could
have-
be shit. And for a lot of places, man, like think about inner cities. They're predominantly black, and they're
Yeah,
predominantly heavily patrolled. They don't get the funding that the suburbs get.
No, I'm not arguing any of that. Fucking, I agree 100%.
But that
we're
being
both
said,
we're both from a large city, you know,
yeah,
and like we definitely saw it. But I mean, I had tons of friends that, you know, and like people I would consider almost family, you know, that also live there, that were of other races, not just black, like everything,
Yeah.
you know.
and then there
But
was
we all
then there
had
was-
the same opportunities for
Yeah.
the most part. Everybody, you know.
I would
Look at
say,
Dustin,
would
for
say,
instance. You know,
yeah,
fucking, he went the same career path I did. You know, fucking went airborne and served, and you know he's run his own fucking show now, and you know he made the best of what he had, and he's fucking been very successful with it. There's lots of people that have been very successful, you know, and there's a lot of people who haven't done a goddamn thing and still live with their parents.
yeah.
You know, 25, 26 years old, living off the fucking government, their parents, and not, you know, it's about what you do with the opportunity that you're
Yeah.
fucking afforded.
Yeah, and I
100%.
totally agree with that. But
And,
I also understand. So, like I said, a lot of like inner city schools are very underfunded because they don't perform well, and a lot of
Yeah.
states, their solution to the poor performance is to cut already small budgets, and that does lead to a lot of problems. Another thing that you can very clearly look at and say that definitely hurt the black community far more than any other community is the war on drugs. Think of how many families were torn apart by fucking people with weed.
No, that's
The
a great
drug
fucking point,
epidemic.
man.
A lot of fucking families were torn apart, and then
Yeah.
that just feeds this fucking cycle of bullshit, of of people struggling. Like, I think most children need two parents or more. You know, they need that structure. They need that in their lives to really be successful.
Absolutely. Nobody can
And-
do it on their own. Like, I mean, as a parent,
And,
like,
and of course,
I'm sure some people can, you know.
yeah, of course,
But,
there are going to be
yeah.
outliers that succeeded despite a lot of odds, but they had to work their ass off to do it, and you
Yeah,
gotta commend that.
Fuck it. Me and Kayla, you know, me and the wife, we when we were younger, I was working 3 jobs at one point while she was working. She was also attending school. I had graduated already, but we had a child, and we lived in an apartment by ourselves, you know, and it was fucking rough, but we made do. You know, we both had vehicles, we had fucking rent, bills were paid on time, we fed ourselves, we took care of ourselves, we paid our utilities. We had that discipline to fucking get that done.
Yeah,
And, you know, 8 years later, you know, we're sitting in a very good fucking position, ahead of 95% of our fucking peers. And, you know, it's just, we worked for it, though. We fucking worked for it. We've fucking gone through, you know, long separations, deployments, fucking, I've been all over the goddamn world, like, roughing it, fucking, like, it's not always fun, you know, and she spends a lot of time at home with the kids by herself, with the kids by herself, like, and it's hell, but you know, you do what you have to fucking get through it. And
Yeah,
I'm not
you
taking
make it
anything
work.
away from single mothers, you know, like, I get it, like, Kayla's not a single mother, but like, there have been months at a time where she might as well be, because
Yeah.
I can't do a goddamn thing to help her, you know. And but it's, for the most part, yeah, you need 2 parents, and that's a really fucking solid point. Is that war on drugs has affected a lot of families. I got a buddy today. We actually got into this shit today at work. Very similar conversation with 2 of my good African American friends, and
hey,
yeah,
just
like,
because you have African American friends does not make you not racist.
I know it doesn't, But the
Okay.
point is, like,
Oh, that's what you're implying.
well,
Being
not so much.
smart-ass.
Okay, I don't give a shit that they're my friends. The fact is, they have a different opinion.
Yeah.
You know, they have a different outlook on shit because they're from different places, and they, you know, one's from a rather nice suburban area, and the other one is from the fucking hood. Actually, went to what fucking high school did he go to? William Christman. You know,
Oh, shit.
yeah. He
Yep.
lived. He grew up right down the road from us. You know, a couple streets over. And you know, we didn't live in a terrible area, but it wasn't great either. You know, fucking it depended where we were that day. You know, but we were close enough to the city to be in the city if we fucking,
Yeah.
for whatever reason, felt the desire to be down there because we're fucking idiots.
We were done.
But not a great fucking school. He went to school a couple blocks from us, ironically, and fucking. You know, like, he grew up in a very rough situation, you know? A lot of family issues and whatnot, but his dad was never around. His dad spent, he had 3 kids that he was paying child support for, and his answer to that was to go work overseas as a contractor, and he made really good money doing it, was actually able to provide for all of his kids, you know? But again, that took fucking work and effort and keeping out of trouble, you know? So it's, you get out, I don't know. You get out of life what you put into it. The
Yeah.
harder you fucking work, the more money you're gonna make, the better off you're gonna be, the better you're gonna be able to take care of your family. I know money's not fucking everything, but it fucking helps, man. And, if you fucking put in the work, you'll get it. And it's, I don't know, just...
See, I think the most
all
important
from-
thing our society can do is have everyone have the same opportunity. You know,
Yeah.
equal opportunity. I don't think it's good if everyone has the same outcome, because then what is the point of striving for success, you know?
There isn't one.
I do think that it is important, though, for everyone in America to have the same opportunity to go somewhere. Doesn't mean you start
Yeah.
the same. You know, that's constantly fucking impossible for everyone to start the
it
same.
is.
Everyone has their own fucking situation they're born into. Some people are very, very lucky. You know, I consider myself very, very lucky.
Yeah,
And some
me
people
too.
are very, you know, they have it rough. They get born into a very shit situation. And a lot of times, just the fact they're in that situation, they let that determine their outcome, which isn't, you know, that's not true. That doesn't determine who you're going to be or what you're going to do. It's up to you to either,
To make it happen.
you know, to either succeed in that situation or let that negative start, that negative atmosphere drag you down and consume you, you know? And does race possibly play a factor into what situation you're going to be born into? Yeah. I mean, like we were talking about, for the most part, inner cities are predominantly, you know, they're black, and unfortunately, they're also underfunded school district-wise. Does that mean that everyone born there is damned to fail? No. You can succeed
No, and that's
there.
exactly my point. Bringing that up, like, we all came from very different areas, and we're all at the same spot. You know, we're all
exactly.
fucking
and
doing the same
I
shit
think,
at the same time, being just as successful as the other one. You know,
yeah,
and
I
fucking
think another thing though that you can definitely look at and say, can America do better in aspects like that? Yes. Is it systematic racism? Is America systematically keeping people of color down? No. I don't buy that for a second. Are there racist people in the world that are going to discriminate against somebody on the color of their skin? Absolutely. Are they the majority? I don't believe so.
I don't think so either.
I haven't seen proof to say that that is the case.
I hate bringing it up again, but honestly, like, fucking, the thing is, man, like, being in the line of work that I'm in, fucking, we're all from different backgrounds and races and religions and everything. Like, you know, none of us are even relatively fucking similar, but when we're out there, you know, like we're family. Like everybody is fucking tight. We all get along well, we communicate well, we fucking work great together. And it's not out of fucking choice. Like it's not because we all want to be best friends, you know. That's not realistic. The thing is when you have to,
Yeah, you do it.
it's like you fucking do it. And it's
Especially-
fucking it's possible.
Yeah,
You just have to
especially
put in the
because
fucking effort.
It's especially like
It's
that
not easy.
because you guys are in a very unique situation and are sharing a very unique experience that most people on Earth don't fucking go through. You know?
Yeah, it never will.
Yeah,
But which is a good thing.
It helps.
Like that's
and I think
yeah, it's a shit situation, but it's
it
yeah.
makes life easier when you can get along. And
Yeah.
I think too often people use something that in the long run to me doesn't mean jack shit, like skin color.
no.
As a
I don't
fucking,
think it's a fucking
either as a fucking, you know, crutch or as a way to damn people. Like to me that doesn't matter. Your skin color doesn't matter. What does matter in your life is maybe your drive to do something, your drive to succeed. You know, sometimes it just helps. Fucking, I have an idea, I want to do it, and just fucking doing it. Like what we're doing right now with this fucking podcast. You know?
yeah. Hey, nobody's even fucking watching this shit. I mean, maybe one or two people,
Yeah.
but I mean,
Like every
You know,
once in a while,
the
like
fact
one or
that-
two people fucking popping in, but the fact that we just fucking do it.
yeah.
You know?
If I can influence one person and be like, hey, you know, don't hate that guy because he's black.
Yeah.
Hate him because he's a fucking asshole. Like,
There are
that's-
so many better reasons to hate
there's
somebody.
so many better ways to.
There are so many better reasons to hate somebody.
I mean,
They look
it's
funny when they walk, or
It's fucking.
they talk.
I'm
and
serious.
It just pisses me. Yeah, no, you're
I'm
right.
serious right now, though. Like,
bad
I've
thing
been
is I
accused
totally
of it,
agree
man.
with that.
I've been accused of being a racist, and I was like, no, man, it's not because he's black. Like, I have no fucking problem with that. He's just a fucking dickhead, you know?
Yeah, like there are so many.
all.
There are so many more legitimate reasons to hate somebody. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
I,
Like,
I
it's
don't
just-
hate somebody
It's
because
superficial. It's
I don't hate somebody because their fucking skin pigment's a certain way. No,
Yeah,
I
I
hate
could give
somebody
two
just
shits,
because I
man.
hate. You know, I hate everybody equally.
Yeah.
In fact, usually I ended up hating fucking white people more just because of the way they talk.
Yeah, that's that or they're well, I don't know.
Because
I guess
a lot of white people are hipsters, and I hate.
yeah, that pisses me off. Fucking any chance I can get it to hate on a hipster is fucking.
Golden opportunity.
God, I'm so
friend.
old. I'm an old soul.
Dude, we're gonna die very soon.
so-
We're about to die.
I'm an angry, crusty fucking 20-year-old. Like that's 26 years old in a 45-year-old man's body. Got a fucking mind of a 70-year-old.
I
All
have
these
the mind
goddamn
of a-
kids in my yard.
I have the mind of a 12-year-old emo kid.
Oh my god. I fucking hate hipsters though. I
Yeah.
really do. I just
And-
cannot stand. Like I fucking anytime I go to Starbucks and they come at me with that venti shit, I'm like, no, I asked for a fucking large. I'm not playing this game. You know? Like it's America. Actually it's not. It's,
Yeah, it's Germany.
but that's
What the fuck
I
are you
am in
talking
Europe. But
about?
it's not that's not the fucking point.
But
You know. I've been to Italy.
Yeah, and
I
we
still
usually
fucking
just on a
still
side
don't give a
note,
shit.
we usually don't try to get political in these. I think we do a very good job of not getting political in these.
Honestly, if we didn't try so hard, it would be political every fucking time.
Yeah, it'd be bad. I thought it was kind of important to do it this episode because we didn't have anything, and I knew we'd fucking drag this out.
Yeah. I can't help it, honestly, though. Well, I'm so
But-
involved in fucking politics and
And I honestly, I've stayed away a lot more than usual. Like, I used to be very politically minded. The last couple of years, man, I'm just like, fuck it. I can't deal with
Well,
it anymore.
fucking Trump's in office. What are we gonna do? our fucking picks this year were Trump and Hillary. Like those were the two options, or
Well,
not this year, but you know what I mean. Like
and-
at this point, does it really fucking matter?
Probably not. And I complained, and there are some people who said, well, you didn't vote. Well, you don't have any right to complain. Yes, I do have a right to complain. The two choices I was given are shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey,
actual
there's other
dog
options.
shit.
There's other options, man. You can go with the fucking libertarian ballot, the fucking
Well, the funny
green
thing
ballot.
is,
You know, you
so
can
if I was
fucking
to
other
describe
shit.
myself politically, it'd probably be a liberal libertarian.
I'm a conservative libertarian, so I feel you.
But
But
the like the minute anyone says, "Well, you need to tailor your fucking speech or the way you think to this way because for any fucking reason, because it's offensive to Christians or it's offensive to fucking whoever the fuck, fuck you." No, I don't have to do anything. I don't have to respect you as a person. I can, you have to earn my respect. That's the way I fucking look at things. My right to free speech is, like, to me, that's the most important thing. Even though sometimes I don't use fucking speech for shit other than trolling and fucking, honestly, being a troll on fucking Facebook 90% of the time.
Yeah.
But that to me is, like, the most important thing. My freedom to say or think the way I want to.
I think me and my wife were having a pretty heated discussion recently about like just politics in general and like where she falls, because she's trying to get more involved in, like, fucking entertain my fucking midterms are coming. I know this is super. God damn it! I cannot stay on topic for more than 15 seconds. Midterms are coming up. Go vote, but only vote if you fucking educate yourself first. If you don't educate yourself and you just vote to vote, don't even fucking bother going to the polls. You're wasting everybody's time.
Hold on, before we go on, to build on that, also don't just vote for your team.
Yes. Yeah.
Don't
fuck that
vote
shit.
for somebody because they're a Democrat, or don't vote for somebody just because they're a fucking Republican.
Educate yourself.
Look
fucking
into what
learn
they're
about
saying.
the options.
Look into what the fuck they're saying. Decide if you fucking agree with that. Blank out the red and blue. Cover up the Democrat, Republican. Just look at their policies, what they want to do, and then go from there.
I know it's hard. I'm a big McGregor fan. I get it. You gotta look past it sometimes. Anyway, back to what I was fucking saying. Yeah, me and my wife were discussing it a little bit, and she was trying to figure out where exactly she falls in, like, the left and right scale. And I was explaining to her about the Libertarian Party and how I consider myself a Libertarian Republican. And because I do align mostly with Republican views, for the most part. But ultimately, like, my opinion, if you gotta ask me my political opinion, I'm gonna tell you, as long as you're not directly fucking affecting me, I don't give a fuck what you do.
Yep.
Like, as long as you're not infringing on my life, I don't fucking care. If you're gay, go marry a fucking guy. Or a girl, if you're...
Actually, do that one.
Do that. I don't give a
online.
shit. Like, don't come at me.
Fucking look at the sexist comments that are gonna go on in this bitch.
I know. Don't force yourself on me, I'm not... if you want to fucking come up to me at a bar and be like, hey, would you like to have
I think
talk?
I think
I'm
the
gonna
lady
politely
doth protest
decline.
too much.
I'm going to politely decline, and that needs to be the end of it. If you want to come to me and tell me about your religion, I'll let you speak, but I'm not going to fucking change my mind. Like,
Yeah. To me, that's the most annoying shit to me.
After you're done, and I say, okay, thank you, leave me the fuck alone.
That's the most fucking annoying one to me.
Like, if you get pregnant and you want to have a miscarriage or have an abortion, do it. Do it. Are you hurting me? Are you affecting my life? No. I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
I'm not going to stop you from doing that,
I totally agree with you on that. Like, as long as it doesn't affect someone else's life in a significant, manner, you can do
Yeah,
whatever
I don't
you
think
want.
there's any fucking reason. As long as you're paying your taxes, you're not using welfare in an irresponsible manner. And, like, I don't give a fuck if you're on welfare, man. Like, if you need welfare, get on welfare. Get your fucking self food stamps. Feed your fucking kids.
Yeah.
Use WIC. Use the resources out there. Do it if you need them. But if you're fucking making fat stacks, getting paid under the table or doing some side shit, and you qualify, but you really don't fucking need it, or maybe you're divorced but you're living with somebody, and like they're the main provider, you know, and you work like at a fucking hotel as a maid or some shit, you know, don't go fucking claim fucking food stamps, you know? Like, if you're that involved or you're sharing a bank account, whatever the fuck's happening, like...
It's very oddly, specific. Are you talking about somebody?
No, I'm not, actually.
That was very
But-
specific. If you're like a maid and you like live in this city, and if your name's like Elizabeth, you fucking cunt. Don't.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm just throwing shit out, though.
Yeah,
like,
I know, but
that's my other big thing. Like, don't bother me. Don't fucking infringe on my shit. And pay your fucking taxes. That's all I want.
So you mentioned earlier, like, left and right spectrum. To me, I think it's more than left and right. I think it's left, right, authoritarian, libertarian. Because you have a lot of leftists and a lot of right wingers that are super authoritarian, and on the reverse side, you have a lot of left wingers and right wingers that are super libertarian. You know.
Well, so
I think you have. Now that being said, sometimes the most vocal group aren't a very good representation of the group as a whole. And I feel like
the most vocal group is always the extreme left and extreme right, and they're never a fucking option to listen to.
And to me, ironically enough, if you want to talk about the most vocal group, left and right, usually it's the more authoritarian aspect of it. Especially like recently with like the left, man, like these fucking college students that we've been watching. Holy fuck.
Yeah, fucking can't. I don't know, man.
Jesus Christ. I mean, but again, I think it's more than just a left-right debate. I think it's a left-right, how much control should other people have over your life? And in my opinion, as long as you're not hurting somebody, none. To me,
I guess the way I look at it, man, the way I see it, sorry for my mic, but the way I see it, like everything's on a scale left to right. Like there are different categories, you know, and different like outlooks, but everything still falls somewhere on that scale. I don't. The way I think about it.
Not
the way I
like,
think about it.
I feel like a centrist view is usually one of the safer views I have, and a lot of people shit on like people who are in the center as not choosing a side. Well, why do you have to choose a side? What if I like?
I'm not. No. I'm not saying. I'm not saying you have to choose a side. Centrist is fine if you want to do that, but that's still being center is still on that line.
And my thing is, I think it's more than just that line. I think it's more of like a quad, like
a cross.
No, well, kind of like a cross, yeah.
Okay.
I'd say like a cross.
Fair. Yeah, I get it. I understand.
So instead of just left, right, you know, you'll have left, right, and then you'll have up for authoritarian, down for libertarian, or some shit like that.
Okay. Yeah. No. That's cool. I get that. That makes sense.
Yeah, and if we were gonna put me on that, I'd be little left, not far left to center, and way the fuck down on libertarian.
Yeah, I'd definitely be a little bit to the right and far down libertarian. Actually, probably like a little bit more than a little bit to the right, but because most of their shit I do agree with.
Because I think realistically, even though, like I said, I claim to be on the left, if you compared me on that, let's say we're going with that fucking cross, you know, if you compared me to one of these kids, there's actually a pretty good chance they'd be closer to fucking like a right wing dictator than me. Just based on the way they're talking, because they are very much trying to control the way people are talking, the way people are thinking. Which, when you try to control what somebody's thinking, and like you can't say this or you can't think this. Like that's just opening up a fucking can of worms. Or when you're fucking shutting people down because they have a different fucking opinion than you, you know, trying to get them to stop talking. That just, to me, it shows that you don't have an argument, that you can't argue your point, that your only defense is to silence anyone with a differing opinion.
Yeah, and that's our biggest problem, man. Like, people are fucking stubborn and they don't care to listen. They don't want to listen. They can be That's the fucking end of it, you know?
And I think it's
If you're not
very-
with me, you're wrong.
Yeah, I think it's very like
Childish.
People like people don't want to be fucking wrong. People hate being wrong. I know I don't like being wrong, but you have
I
to
hate being
open-
wrong.
Yeah, you have to open up the possibility that you're wrong, especially if you're discussing something like this. That doesn't mean you just accept anything anyone tells you, but you listen. You figure
Yeah.
it out. All right, where's this person coming from? You know, because like you were talking about earlier, they're probably from a different walk of life than you. They've had different experiences. You don't just shut down their opinion or their thoughts as wrong, you know, to save your face, you know, to make sure that you're the one who's right. People are way more concerned with being fucking not wrong than they are being right.
Yeah. That's a very true statement.
And
But,
to me, to learn to really grow as a person, you have to open up the possibility that you are wrong, that you could be wrong about this, that maybe you don't know. Like, I don't know shit about economics, man. I took an economics class in fucking college, but honestly, that dude didn't speak very good English. I had no idea what the fuck he was talking about. I actually walked out of that class like 3 times to get a pop. I don't know. No idea what the fuck happened.
Well, if you need help with like money management and shit, I
Yeah,
got you.
but my point is, just because you hold like a position, like let's say you fucking identified as a fucking Democrat or Republican your whole life. You know, don't be that. Don't just say I'm a Democrat, I'm a Republican. Don't just be fucking you. You don't have to, because then you set yourself up to try to defend the positions of shit that you probably don't agree with.
And what's even worse is that bipartisan fucking stance. What it does more than anything, and what the government wants it to do more than anything, is to shut down the little guy, those independents.
Yeah.
The independents are very fucking important, and they get no shine.
I really wish.
We've got right now with the way things are, with everybody, I'm a leftist or I'm a Republican. Those fucking individuals, those independent parties that go up for election are never going to see more than 2-3% of a fucking vote.
Yeah.
And it's a fucking problem because a lot of times they're concerned about issues, not being elected left or being elected right.
Yep.
And they're the ones that are going to fix shit. They have actual fucking ideas and plans. They want to make changes. The thing about Republicans, Democrats is Democrats are Democrats all the time. Republicans are Democrats as soon as they get in office. And anything to fucking keep them in, you know?
My thing is a little different than that.
I think term limits need to be put in. I think that would
yeah.
solve 90% of our fucking
Well,
shit.
yeah, that would help. But I think you're very correct when you say that independents are important, and our government should not be a two-party system. It just shouldn't. Like, it doesn't. None of
It
the
doesn't
founders,
work.
None of the founders wanted it that way. And
It's
what
not
you have-
realistic.
And what you have is you have these senators, these fucking representatives. They toe that party fucking line to the fucking death. This is what the party says you should be thinking. This is what the party wants you to push. You know, they don't give a shit. Like,
It's what the lobbyists want.
Yeah.
Who's putting money in their pocket?
yeah, it's fucking frustrating as hell to think about, and that's why I don't like talking about fucking politics anymore. You got, as we've said, you got fucking hardcore people who are like, I'm a Republican all the fucking time, or I'm a Democrat all the fucking time, and it has no fucking room for nuance or fucking any fucking idea that might be different. Like, put yourself out there, fucking argue with somebody you disagree with. You know, you can learn shit from that. You can learn shit from, like I said earlier, get your Democrat, get your Republican, get all the fucking, you know, policies out, and then just wipe that fucking shit away. No Democrat, no Republican, just read the policies.
Yeah, read the policies, pros and cons list.
It doesn't
fucking-
matter. It does not fucking matter if that person's a Democrat, Republican, Libertarian Party, Green Party or whatever other little bullshit party there is. It shouldn't matter. It should be, what are your ideas? How do you want to run the country? And I don't know, man. It's just a bunch of fucking horse shit. Like, I hate politics, man. I hate it because you have these people that are just so fucking gung ho about their party. Fuck your party. Your
Just
party's
educate yourself.
fucking full of
Educate
shit.
yourself. Go out, vote, and fucking make a good choice for the
Yeah.
fucking betterment of America. Think
Yeah.
about the kids. Like
Yeah, we drugged this on
that's.
quite a bit.
I'm not. Yeah, we did. I'm not fucking around though. Like this is fucking important to me. You know.
Yeah.
I hate that people go out and fucking make uneducated fucking votes and make poor decisions and just they're blinded by that shit and it's a fucking problem. We're never gonna fix it if we don't do something about it. If nobody says anything, we'll never move forward.
Yep. Well, I think that's going to do it for us today. We went way over our fucking time.
We don't have a time. We do whatever
yeah.
the fuck we want.
Yeah, pretty
this
much.
is just.
We try to keep
I
it
don't
an
know.
hour, but so
Sorry, guys.
take it easy. Next week we'll probably have a more structured show.
Probably not.
Probably not. All right, peace out.
Later.